Is this a fight where Izzy should take it to the ground? Is it, I know he's been over at Atos. I know he's been working on his ground stuff. Might be the better play. You got two of the best kickboxers in the world. Fuck it, shoot a double on him,
Helen Yee here at the training center in San Diego, being joined by the one and only Mr. Chris Leben. Always great to see you, and I love your gym.
Thank you. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for checking it out.
Of course. So you've opened it November 2021. What's it been like, having this thing up and running, having a lot of students here to train?
Well, it's been crazy. I mean, my whole life has been on the mat, but now I got to be behind the scenes and signing up members and advertising. So for me, I've been wearing a lot of different hats, but I'll tell you what, the reward of having my dream, my place where people can grow, the camaraderie of the gym. It's, I've got guys from, we're knocking on the UFC door all the way down to, I want to get some self-confidence. I want to lose some weight. And, we provide a place for everybody to grow physically, mentally. And that's what I've always wanted. And we're doing it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to see that for you because you've done such a great job so far. Happy belated birthday. I feel like we always talk around your birthday.
That's right.
But most importantly, how's your health doing?
You know what? I'm pretty good. I mean, I really can't. I mean, according to the doctors, it's a miracle. That's what they're telling me. They said I'd never be off oxygen. They said maybe lung transplant. None of that is needed. I'm training every day. I'm working with my team. I do jiu-jitsu in the morning. I just keep staying on the grind. So I feel great. Don't get me wrong. Shit was sketchy. It was a little sketchy for a while when I was in the hospital. It took some time, but now I feel really good.
I'm glad you're okay. And where can the fans expect from you next? Like, where can they find you?
Well, reffing and judging are like my two big things right now. So I've got a couple CSAC shows coming up, got a couple camo shows coming up. So both amateur and professional here in California. I've got some reffing and some judging jobs. And then, if I'm not reffing a fight, I'm probably going to be cornering a fighter that's there because I got a great bunch of fighters. They're coming up. We got a few guys on Cage Warriors, a couple other pro shows coming up here in San Diego. So look for a lot of guys coming out of the training center.
Any ones in particular that are fighting coming up that fans can kind of tune into?
Yeah, Jamie Lynch and Jordan Bailey, they were main event and co-main event of the last Cage Warriors. They're both slated to fight again for Cage Warriors September 26th. So, these guys they're as close as it comes. They're knocking on the UFC door, and I'm sure we're going to win again in decisive fashion, and we'll be there shortly.
Yeah, definitely. And I know last time we spoke, you told me one of your favorite Chael Sonnen stories.
I can probably say this now because Chael, I think, has come out and said it. Years ago, after practice, Chael and I we were talking shit after practice, and he was like, I was telling him these stories about my family, 2 stories about my crazy Uncle Steve, and then Chael actually bought those stories for me. So he bought 2 stories, and I was broke. This is when I was an amateur, so he bought them at $100 a piece. And he said, this is the deal. These are my stories now, and you're never gonna tell them again. I'll give you $100 each. I said, at that time, broke Chris Leben was like, absolutely, we'll take it. And so for years, Chael went and told these stories as his own, because he about his crazy stuff. My crazy uncle, and I just watch him tell these stories in interviews and shit and laughed. And, it didn't bother me at all. You know what I mean? I made $100, so I think I still got the better, off my white trash family. So we'll take it.
What's another good Chael Sonnen story?
I was asked about a story the other day, and apparently Chael had told this person the story. It was my story, but
another one.
But and it had to deal with. I grew up a little kind of ghetto. My uncle had bought a boat, and it was a closed top boat. So he took a chainsaw and cut the top out. And now it was just fiberglass up there. They threw a sleeping bag up there and they said, kids, get in the front. So you got to imagine my whole chest is now like a strawberry because you can't just lay on fiberglass, especially in a speedboat. So we're in the speedboat, and they're cranking Motley Crue and chugging Budweiser, and he runs over these girls. But they're in like one of those inflatable rafts, paddling, right? And the raft sinks. One of the girls can't swim. My uncle jumps in, pulls her out. My uncle's like 40-something years, big beer belly, Budweiser drinking guy. We get to the shore, and he's like, please don't sue me. Here's my phone number. He's getting, I'll pay whatever. She lost her purse, so I'll pay for whatever you lost. That's about the time my aunt comes up. My aunt is 97 pounds, right? And she's been in the sun all day, so she takes her sunglasses. She looks like a raccoon, and she grabs the paper. She slaps the girl. She's like, "You bitch! What are you doing with my husband's phone?" And it's funny because the girl was like smoking hot and like 20 years old. There was no way, you know what I mean? There was no chance. But yeah, it's just another funny family story that Chael liked.
And then Chael started telling people it was his uncle.
I suppose so. I suppose that may be what happened.
Do you ever see like his videos and what he says about you though when he makes the videos on his YouTube channel?
I do, mostly good stuff, and a lot of the stories, the thing is, you get older and sometimes I don't even believe the fucking stories anymore. I'm like, I can't believe I did that shit or that's how that happened, but it's all true, that's how it went down.
But that means you lived a great life so far to know that, man, you've had some wild times. That's a good thing.
Well, I lived an exciting life. Yeah. That's for sure. And at this point, I just want middle of the road. Not too much this way,
Safe.
Not too much that way. We already did that. I'm trying to take my foot off the gas for a little bit and just cruise.
Definitely. And I know you were obviously on The Ultimate Fighter the first season. Someone else who was on The Ultimate Fighter season 5, actually, he won the lightweight tournament, Nate Diaz. Mm-hmm. He has a fight coming up against Khamzat. What do you make of that? Yeah, I feel like maybe Dana just does not like Nate anymore. I don't know. You know what? But here's the thing. One of the fucking Diaz brothers fighting, everybody's tuning in. I know I'm tuning in to watch that fight. You know what I mean? And you never know. You never know what's going to happen. He could get the shit kicked out of him for 14 and a half minutes and still land like a sweet slap at the end and something cool. It'll be entertaining. At least we know that for sure. And like at the end of the Leon Edwards fight in round 5, right?
There you go. You can never count him out. Yeah. You can never count him out. He's a stud, and he's going to scrap all the way to the end.
It's always great catching up with you. What would you like to let the fans know?
Not much. Just if you're in San Diego and you want to train, come down, hit me up. Boxing, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu. We're here all day.